And it's these dashed long winter's nights, you know, nothing to do but to read in front of the fire. Luckily, there is a jolly good second-hand bookshop just around the corner. Buried all of my old novels there. And in the pages of one particular novel, you discovered some rather illicit material, for which your wife admonished you harshly, it seems. Don't know about admonished. Demolish might be rather close to the mark. The piece is most certainly another. Here we go again. And the carpet, was that destroyed by the fire when a candle fell on the floor? Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a ball of thing. I was caught between the old stick's rage of the raging flames. You paint a torrid picture, sir. One that would have been most entertaining. That's sympathy for you. Didn't take long for the fire to spread. Of course, the barley furniture started going up as well. We had to hide the mess behind the screen for the time being. Over here, Mr. Garrett. Well, you have something more to hide now. If you'll allow me. So what is it? Oh, the books. That's about it. Holy shit, it burned a lot. I had all of my favorite old novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Whoosh, up in smoke. Gosh. Then the wife started hurling things at me. What a terrible sight that must have been. There was I, back up against the window, under heavy enemy fire. Incendiary, whatever the word is, books incoming 10 to the dozen. Worst of it is, I lost my favorite book, called The Lion's Pride. The Lion's Pride, not the Young. The Lion's Pride, ah yes, your notorious love of big cats coming through again. I assure you, the title didn't influence my choice in the slightest. I do like cats. So the poor man really did lose something dear to him as a result of the ferocious beast's rampage. Mr. Sholmes' deductions turned out to be correct once again. It can only be described as a great British wonder. I tell you, it was total carnage. Flames everywhere, and the old stick in full fiddle. Out of interest, what time of day was that? Not sure I can remember. But it was 2 days ago now. Let's see, around 5 o'clock, I think. So at exactly the same time as a terrifying incident was unfolding outside your window on the streets below. Even more terrifying on the inside, I can assure you. The whole brightly could have been flattened outside my window at that moment, and I wouldn't have noticed a dash sting. Oh, really? No wonder she didn't want it. She kept slapping. She kept on pouring tea because she don't want to know that how embarrassing it is that she was abusing his husband right there. Holy shit. So that means no relevance to the case. Mr. Sholmes? Yes, Mr. Naruto. What can I do for you? Well, I think we've got to the bottom of Mr. Garrett's situation now. But what does it have to do with Mr. Natsume's circumstances? I can't help you there, I'm afraid. What? My dear fellow, if you recall, I did say as much from the outset. I warned you that although I knew the retired army man was to be hiding something, I could not be sure whether his secret would prove to be relevant or not. I just knew you were going to say that. Now then, now, Mr. Naruto, you mustn't lose heart. Bear in mind that all things fall into one and only two categories: those relevant to the case, and those not. That makes no sense to me. Well, no matter. It is of far greater importance that you make up your mind now. Sorry? Visiting hours at the prison will soon be over. Oh no. Is it that time already? If we're to accept Mr. Natsume's case, we have official paperwork to attend to. So that's it. No more time to think. Perhaps you'd like to betake yourselves to bidding us farewell now. I must prepare supper for Mr. Garrett. Oh, yes. I'm so sorry. Thank you both very much for your time. Sasuke-san will be waiting for us, and I'm going to have to give him an answer. Well, I guess it had nothing to do with the case, but we can still salvage this and go back to the prison, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully, Ryunosuke changed his mind. What the fuck am I? Where the fuck am I? This is not it. 19th February, Briar Road. It's time, Mr. Naruto. We must hurry back to the prison. Yes, I know. Let's sell a carriage. Oh. What's the matter? It looks like something's going on over there on the front of Mr. Garrett's house. What? There is? Question mark? Who the fuck are you? I know thee, old man. Fall into thy prayers. Who are you? Oh, wise guy, are you? Who are you calling an old man here? You see? You rum-looking nimny-pimney. You see? Yes. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, that are dreamt of your philosophy. Who's the Horatio fellow, eh? What are you on about? You see? Excuse me. Eh? What the? Oh, who are you now? I'm sorry, it just looked like as though there might be some problem here. And my associate here, Mr. Ryunosuke Naruto, is a lawyer, you see. Huh? A lawyer? What? If I can be of any assistance, I'd be happy to help. I'm from Japan, but I've studied English law. Tisk. Fine. I'll be on my way for today. But you mark your words, you see. This ain't over yet. Jet thee to a nunnery. Do I look like a bloomin' nun to you? Goodbye. I left now. Buzz. Who the fuck is this guy? He looks so stupid as hell. I do hope you're not injured. Oh, fair is the maiden. Thou art so gentle. Thank you. What was that all about? There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. I'm not Horatio either. Forgive the inquiry, sir, but are you a lodger here in the Garrett residence? I don't know if you hear that, but there's I don't know if the mic is catching this, but there is sirens happening outside of my house. I'm sorry about that if you do, but don't pay mind. Don't pay attention to that. It's, I don't know why. That was funny to hear. It's like woo in the background, but hopefully you don't hear it. But I do hear it, so sorry about that. Oh, well, Maester Maiden, thou art so right. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode. Mr. Garrett mentioned that they had another lodger, didn't he? This must be the man. Do you happen to know the other lodger who lives on the first floor? Ah, yes, a gentleman named Natsume. Oh, more worthy, a polemist in my battle of words near. Could there be? Sorry, battle did you say? Who is the stronger, Hamlet or Macbeth? Mr. Natsume and I sparred long into the night. I see. I don't fully understand, but it seems Mr. Natsume and his gentleman are acquaintances, at least. So fair, maiden. So good, gentlemen. I can tarry here no longer. Fare thee well. I go now. I didn't really understand him, but I think he's returned to his room. It seems he's unaware of what's happened to Mr. Natsume, so he can't really help us. With Sosuke-san and that man as a lodger, the Garden house is certainly full of eccentrics. Anyway, I'll go find a carriage. Yes, I'm sure Mr. Natsume is eagerly waiting for our return. Let's hope we can get to the prison before visiting hours are over. That was random as fuck. What the hell? I didn't understand what that point of that was. I do know what the point of that was, but just letting you know. It had no importance in the story right now. And also, it doesn't get brought up until way later. I know for a fact what I know what that whole scene was about, but when first time I played that, I did not know what that was all about, honestly. Well, 19 February, 6:31 p.m., local prison cell 9. Oh, he's like, he tries to arrange his suit and his mustache too. Oh, it's you. Oh, it's you. You're here. You came. Local student Mr. Naohura, Esquire. I cannot believe you came back. I'm so touched. I don't want to touch you. So please don't feel touched. We are so sorry we have kept you waiting, Mr. Natsume. Oh, no. I think nothing of it. Relax. He sounds like the freaking Beppo guy. If I were a cat, I would purr with pleasure at the company of such a fine compatriots. Noble, nurturing, never failing Nepalese! Oh, now let's not get carried away. Oh, I quite agree. There's nothing more reassuring than a familiarity of one's native land. On the other hand, it is thorough friendship transcending international borders that only truly appreciates the fact. Such as is my belief, at least. Yes. It's you! The miserable rodents! Rotten spy! Herlock Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing here? I followed you. I was behind you all the whole time. I have no intention of doing anything per se. Safe observing, of course. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? Well, having encountered some curious reading material in that gloomful room, and having unmasked the secret identity of that eccentric pair, I decided I should drop in on my way home to see how our devisted friend is faring. Gloomful room? At least your accommodation here offers a window. My dear fellow, in that sense, it is the superior option. No, I wouldn't say that! The fucking bed must be hard as fuck, so... Anyway, I must commend you on your taste in books. My dear, my day has been delight, and cost me not a penny. Oh, you! How dare you! Herlock Sholmes! I've had it. I'm through. I'm at the end of my rope. I should never have come to Great Britain. That was a terrible mistake. Haunted by spirits and those accursed lodgings, no doubt my luck will be cursed in tomorrow's trial as well. My whole life has been damned! What are you thinking, Mr. Naohiro? He mentioned that once before, didn't he? That his lodgings were cursed, I mean. And there is much truth in Mr. Mustache's words. What? Cursed is a wholly appropriate description, I would say, for the man's lodgings, and indeed for tomorrow's trial. What does that supposed to mean? I still don't understand this part, honestly, but what do you mean by cursed trial? Mr. Natsume, what did you mean by what you said just now? About the trial tomorrow being cursed?
Oh no, why are you looking so grave? You're making me nervous. I was just getting carried away, that's all. I didn't mean anything about it.
Oh, I see. That's really that's really agitated him.
You don't mean the trial really is cursed somehow?
Maybe. Are you referring to the prosecutor, the Reaper of the Bailey?
The Reaper? Oh no! What do you mean? Please, tell me, summarize it succinctly in 16 salient words!
No defendant has ever survived a trial in which the Reaper stands the prosecution ever. That's 10.
Oh my goodness, can it really be true? And that was 16 words exactly!
No, it wasn't! I counted it too! Yesterday, Mr. Naohira successfully defended someone against the Reaper. But then, after the trial was over, the defendant passed away in unusual circumstances. Mr. McGill did.
What? What?
Ah, I am impressed, Mr. Sato. You have an eye for detail. Actually, the Lord Chief Justice told us. Mr. Sholmes, surely it can't be that having failed to have the accused convicted, Lord Van Zieks killed the man himself. Oh no, he couldn't have, surely. Ah! You have some wonderful notions! Sorry? The man isn't a mass murderer. He is a court prosecutor, my dear fellow. Oh, yes. Why, of course he is.
Oh, of course he is, then why are you trying to scare me?
It could be said, however, that the real truth about the man is even more terrifying than your hypothesis. What do you mean by that? What on earth do you mean? The Reaper. He knows more about him, I guess, so finally get to know more about the Reaper. Van Zieks is a quite exceptional man. However, in London courts of law, exceptional does not equate to winning every case without exception.
Oh, that's good.
So Six-Sun looks like he's going to cry tears of joy. As you are no doubt aware, in a British criminal trial, there is both a judge and a jury. The judge officiates based on the letter of the law, whilst the jury offers public opinion and common sense. It is an excellent system whereby the defendant's guilt is considered from several points of view. However, public opinion, in particular, is somewhat easily manipulated. Yeah, we kind of saw that before. Right. Criminals and corrupt lawyers, for that matter, can use it to their advantage. By any means at their disposal, contriving evidence, calling imposters as witnesses, and so on. By such underhand means, those who would want to are able to sway the jury. Which means that even in the light of irrefutable evidence, the prosecution can fail. But it means the wrong verdict can be passed. And sadly, it's from time to time, my dear madam. It is simply the reality of the situation. Bullshit in our reality too. And that's alright. However, those indicted by Lord Van Zieks cannot escape justice. Their fate is sealed. Why? Though the adjudication may see them leave the courtroom with their freedom, within months they all disappear. It is most striking
Disappear? But how?
Ah, by all manner of misfortune, sir. Perhaps they are trampled under the passing carriage. Perhaps they fall into the Thames and drown. Or perhaps they are suddenly overcome by a raging fever. Perhaps attacked by a highwayman.
Oh, no, 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 no!
All examples of reality, of events here in London, I'm afraid, Mr. Naruto. That's scary.
I knew it. Hey, Dad! Dodo! Don't fall doomed!
So that's the secret of the Reaper. Or, not the secret, but more like the curse. When you said the accused lodgings, before you were referring to your room at Mr. Caredip's house, I assume. Do you mean to say that you believe the place is cursed?
It's been a year now since I came to Great Britain. But I only been in London for a week before I started to notice strange feelings in myself.
That didn't take long then.
Everywhere I looked, there were foreign faces staring at me, laughing behind my back. And I was sure people were talking about me. I started to become nervous about going outside.
Assholes. Racist assholes too.
They are always staring at me all the time, from dusk to dawn. So I shut myself away in my room. But even that didn't help. The fear wouldn't go away.
You must have been very lonely, having been away from your homeland for such a long time.
I had to move a number of times, most recently to that room on Briar Road a week ago now.
Yes, why did you choose there? It seems a little inconvenient.
The rent is cheap and I have so little money. It appealed to me straight away. Of course, I asked why it was so affordable. The landlord just simpered and said, "The room is cursed." Oops. He quickly tried to cover his mistake, but it was too late, so I told him, "If you have something to say, then say it! But if not, don't mention it in the first place!"
Yes, well said. Well said, honestly.
But it was true. It was all true.
You mean the room really is cursed then?
Ever since I moved into the windowless hellhole, my sleep has been plagued with nightmares. I awake feeling as though I've been choked to death. And in my waking hours, before people are stabbed in front of me and I walk down the street, I'm branded a killer, throw me in prison. Nobody wants to know me. I'm surrounded by scary, sinister spirits. If only there also was someone, just one person on my side. Can no one find it in his or her heart to believe in me? Really, no one at all.
To believe. Yes, to believe. Come on, Ryunosuke. Take the job. Mr. Sholmes. Ah, me, Mr. Naruto. Pray, what can I do for you? It's about the case on the Ursus Buria, if you recall. The Buria. The Buria. Ah, that case. The one with the snake. Well, yes. At that time, I was a suspect. But you believed in me and listened to my side of the story. And you helped us to investigate. I did I? Interesting. What I want to know is why. Why did you believe in me? I see. Yes, you mean. Because you were a grimly dressed, shady Eastern fellow found with the victim in a locked room. Well, if you like, then yes. I'm a little surprised that the question requires explanation, my dear fellow. It's quite simple, really. You said, I didn't do it. But I could have been lying. Surely you must have had your doubts. You must have suspected me a little. I think perhaps you have misunderstood. I neither recall believing in you, nor in that which you were telling me. What? You see, the only things I believe in are those I choose to believe in. Wait, what? The only things I believe in are those I choose to believe in. What? What do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? Exactly, what the fuck do you mean? I make up my own mind about what is to be believed and what is not. If I should like to believe in something, I do. The circumstances can hang as far as I'm concerned. But I could have betrayed your trust. In that case, I should have made an elementary error of judgment, nothing more. Betrayal of trust is an overused excuse, in my opinion. Meaning, whether or not one should trust another is, in the final analysis down to oneself. It is a matter of whether or not one can trust oneself. I love what he says because it's like the one, and I'm sorry for mentioning this, like the one anime, like made anime from SpongeBob, where it's like, why do you trust me? And I love this phrase that he says, like one of the characters that says, trusting you is my decision to make. Believing you is my decision to make. That's their decision to make, to put a trust into someone else. That someone else is their choice. It's their choice to break your trust, and it's not completely your fault. You can reevaluate your judgment after, but it's not your fault. It was not your choice that this person broke your trust and betrayed you. It was their choice to do it, that they did that. And I like that. And I feel like it kind of fits in here too.
Yes, he's right. He's right. Welcome, student Mr. Naruto, Esquire.
Whether or not I can believe myself, a defense lawyer is only as good as his faith in his client. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself. Sorry. You were so right, Kasuma. I think he finally got over it now. In one day, imagine. Holy shit. Well, my dear fellows, it is time we were leaving, I believe. Already? Visiting hours are over. The guards will be here shortly to escort us out. There is a restaurant here that serves excellent trout. Would you care to join me?
I would want to go, but I'm still locked in here.
Oh dear, there's never enough time, is there? Mr. Natsume, if you like, in the trial tomorrow, I'd be happy to represent you.
Really? Welcome, student Mr. Naruto, Esquire.
Come on, Ryunosuke. As I said, I only experienced a British courtroom for the first time yesterday. And although the man I was representing was found not guilty, I lost sight of something crucial. Something crucial?
Something crucial?
What to believe in? The defendant? Justice? Or the truth? How to believe, even. But I think I finally worked it out. I've decided I must believe in myself above all else. To trust my instincts. There you go, Ryunosuke. Keep going, keep going! Yes, Mrs. Naruto. And my instincts are telling me that you, Mr. Natsume, are innocent of this crime. It is imperative that we prove that in court.
Welcome, student Mr. Naruto, Esquire.
I will fight for your innocence until the bitter end, with every weapon available to me. So I hope you'll permit me to represent you tomorrow.
As I said when we first met, I like to entrust my fate to someone who will listen to me in my native tongue.
Of course, Mr. Natsume. It would be fair to say, Mr. Naruto, that your mind was in many ways made up from the outset. You merely needed the events of today to fully realize it. Yes, I think you're right about that. It's been a roundabout journey, but I got there in the end. He's like, "Ah!" I always love that. He's like, "Ah!" Mr. Sato. Yes? Will you be willing to stand by my side tomorrow and help me in court? Absolutely. As I said it this morning, you may consider me your personal judicial assistant. Let's fucking go, Ryunosuke! He got his faith back. I love it. The shocking events of yesterday's trial still weigh heavily on my mind. But it's time to stop looking backwards. Kazuma believed in me, and Mr. Jones believes in me now too. So it's time. Time that I learned to believe in myself. So Sosuke-san has no one. He's all alone. So it's my job to help him, to fight his corner. Tomorrow, in the courtroom, with all the strength I can muster. Mustard. But I prefer ketchup, honestly. Shut up, Ricky. To be continued. Oh no. But good thing I'm continuing, so hey, for you guys it's 1 week, but for me it's the next day or the next hour more likely. But yeah.